Hello and welcome everybody to episode 73 of Late Arrivals. Got Lou, got Chris, and we got Patrick with us this week.
We got Patrick
Oh,
and Lou.
and
And Lou.
and me.
And Lou. Yeah. Episode 73. I can't find the tweet.
I'm looking at the training camp roster because there's no
We're looking
73s.
We're looking for a player that was 73 for the Ducks at any point in time in our lives.
I'm looking at the training camp roster. I'm not seeing any 73s.
Okay. Well, before we dive into this episode, which is going to be a little fun and then a little heavy, I just want to say to make sure that you're following us everywhere on social media at Late Arrivals Pod. Follow us on, follow us right here on Twitch if you're watching live. Inside the Rink YouTube page, you'll find all of our videos there. Follow the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen, and make sure you leave us a 5-star rating and review. We appreciate it very much. Our good friend here, Patrick, is on to bigger and much cooler things.
Yeah, so someone who has their jersey hanging in the Lap Arena rafters, Annie, brought to my attention that the Hockey News was looking for coverage in Anaheim. So I DM'd the person who sent out that tweet, and we interviewed, and they liked what I was bringing, and also they had talked to Derek Lee, who's awesome.
Yes.
Awesome reporter for the Ducks. So the two of us are gonna co-edit the Hockey News Anaheim website. Please put a link in this podcast. But yeah, we're gonna be running that site together. I'm gonna do a lot of analysis, and Derek's gonna be doing the beat reporting. So we're gonna have a nice little back and forth there. And yeah, I'm super excited for this. It's a big opportunity, and I just want to thank you guys for taking me on, at giving me a place to write at Inside the Rink. Thank them too.
Yeah.
But I just really love the community you guys are building, and the Ducks community as a whole is very small, but we're mighty, and
He said
but it's all positivity even through the down years. So I really appreciate that. So yeah, I'm really excited for this new venture.
I hope the Hockey News understands who they're getting. Like, they're getting two awesome writers, awesome people. The Ducks page on the Hockey News is in very good hands, and I'm very excited to read just about everything. And you already have what, 3? You have 3 articles out now?
I put 3 out today. Yeah.
3 out today. Yeah.
Yeah. Quantity is big, but we're not going to sacrifice, quality for that quantity. But
yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get my normal game day notes, but just in article form, so I can be a little bit more descriptive. So I'm loving that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it's awesome.
If you're not already following Patrick, when we go,
Well, Jake sounding like a robot.
oh shit, my mic fucking up already.
Dun, dun,
Well,
dun, dun.
while Jake figures out his technical issues, I figured out who wore 73. Matt Clark in 2012 and Andy Welinski in 2018.
Welinski. Okay. That's who I remember from the tweet that we were tagged in. Welinski, yeah. Okay.
How am I sounding?
Oh,
Good.
perfect.
Okay. I
You
think
sound
it just
better.
came a little. I think it came a little loose because I had to put my phone down because Milo is getting into stuff. So
Oh,
had to go grab the cat before he knocked over
Cat
some
wrangler.
precious vinyl stuff.
Well, I'm looking at future episode numbers, and 5 players have wore 77 in Ducks history.
Nice.
It's interesting.
I'm gonna try not to look at it, and then when we get there, I want to
Yeah.
try to name them all.
I'm not going to remember in 5 minutes who these players are, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, for the first time in a long time, we have wins to talk about. Multiple. We are using the
Plural,
plural
yeah.
here. Wins.
That's
Your
crazy.
Anaheim Ducks are on a 4-game point streak.
Going
But,
to the All-Star break on a 2-game winning streak. That's pretty sick.
did not expect them to beat the Wild. Was pleasantly surprised to see that they won that game. I didn't know that there were so many goals called back for Minnesota. So I kind of
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like
I think there was like 2.
we got away
At
with
least, yeah.
we got away with one, stole a win.
It was a little weird, yeah.
Greg Cronin shuffled the lines for some reason.
I mean, at least he's hitting the blender in game what? That was game 49. It wasn't
Yeah.
like last year where it was like game 15 and it's just like, yeah, we're at that point in the season already, and Derek Grant is the first line center. You know, we're in for one.
Yeah.
I will take the blender coming out this late and
Yeah,
not
and
much sooner.
Yeah.
you understand what he's going for too, because splitting up Terry and Carlson Carlson takes a hit. Terry hasn't missed a beat. But you're spreading out the offense, McTavish, Carlson, Terry all on their own lines, but you're also spreading out the defensive liabilities that have been plaguing the team for the last couple months here. Like Vetrano, Strome, and McTavish are all on separate lines now.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? It's hard to argue with results right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we talked about it last week, the fact that Silfverberg has looked as good as he has. And it goes to show the quality of player that Mason is. But it also helps that Lundstrom's looked really good. I mean, gets a goal last night against San Jose.
We were talking, or I was talking to Jack about this in our lap group chat, but having Silfverberg with Lundstrom and McTavish did not work last season because the former coach matched him up against the opposing top superstars. They were constantly facing McDavid, McKinnon, Matthews, and they were just hemmed in their own zone for minutes at a time, and it's hard to generate any sort of offense like that. And then when you finally get a turnover and Lundstrom rushes the puck up, he has no support. So it's nice to see these players able to breathe in the offensive zone and create. Last night you saw Lundstrom protect the puck, and you've seen Silfverberg. I've been really impressed with his playmaking ability from below the goal line and deep in the offensive zone. So I've been that's been a very pleasant surprise of a line the last couple of games.
Yes, Silfverberg has been a completely different dude. I don't know what happened. Not a complaint, obviously. But yeah, he's been something else. But yeah, for the Ducks to win their last 2 games 3-2, one was in overtime, the one against the Sharks. I do want to give a shout out to Lou because that Wild game he guessed the correct score again.
You're damn right I did.
He didn't pick a winner, as we all know. That's what Lou does. He doesn't pick a winner, but he did say it was going to finish 3-2. So congratulations again on that. None of us got the Sharks game right.
Who was the closest?
Jack. Jack had, I think it was a 4-2 Ducks win.
I think
Lou, you said 5-3.
4-3, I think.
Yeah,
Jake had 4-3.
Yeah, I said 5-3.
I had the Ducks winning 4-1. So
at the beginning of the game of last night, it looked like it was going to be a high-scoring game, but then nobody decided to score after that for a while.
Yeah, that Sharks game was a real
one of the games
there.
of all time.
Yeah, that was hard to. I don't know. It was pretty frustrating to watch. It was just incredibly boring for a while there, and then even when the Ducks were getting chances, they were getting goalied on some of the shots, and then other shots they're just shooting it right into his chest, like they're not even testing him. So it was a little weird. But
and then late in the period, Greg Cronin put 91 and 19 back together, and what do you know? They tied it up.
That was a nice game-tying goal there by Terry, though. That was pretty nice.
I had to leave early last night, so I unfortunately missed the rest of the game. So
maybe we need Lou just to leave early.
Yeah,
when
maybe.
games are getting kind of hairy.
Yeah.
It's a sacrifice you have to make, Lou.
Yep.
Can you imagine Lou being at a game and like the Ducks are losing. There's like 5 minutes left, and people start booing Lou, telling him to leave.
I would probably never go back to a game after that. If that happened, I would be so mortified.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad. Okay, don't do that.
Yeah, don't make me feel mortified.
We don't condone that.
Yeah,
That activity.
Do not bully Lou.
yeah.
But do we get an OT winner from the All-Star himself, Mr. Springfield Rifle, Frank Vetrano?
What?
Springfield Rifle.
Is that something? Is that
That's
something?
it's one of his nicknames.
Remember, that's what
Springfield
Jack was
Rifle.
reading off from
I-
Hockey Reference.
I
It's literally like
don't
2
think-
episodes ago.
I wasn't on that episode.
Oh, you were definitely there.
No, I was definitely sick. I remember.
Oh, maybe he was sick. Okay, maybe
I
Lou
was-
wasn't there.
I wasn't there. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I don't listen back to our podcast, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow.
Oh, Lou just does
Well,
not.
I'm not a
Jack
True
looked
Lappy.
Jack looked up Frank Vetrano on Hockey Reference, and they gave all of his nicknames, and it was like Frankie V, Frank the Tank,
Grapes.
Grapes, because he likes
liked
wine,
Mizzy.
I guess.
Mizzy was good because he's miserable all the time.
Yeah,
You
Mizzy
are-
was really good.
We'll talk about it, but he looked freaking miserable tonight at that draft. He looked
Yeah.
like he did not want to be there. Can't
But
say I
yeah,
blame him.
Springfield Rifle was another one. Yeah.
Springfield Rifle was one of them. So you definitely missed on that little bit of trivia, Lou.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed that episode because I think that was a doozy episode where just everybody got injured at the same time.
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah,
Hey.
the Ducks Sharks game, I think the Ducks would have lost that game to like 28 other teams.
Probably.
Since it was the Sharks, they were able to sneak away with the win, but I think if that was up against most of the league, they might have gotten smoked.
I didn't think they played bad, but like against the Sharks, you want them to maybe play a bit better than what they did.
I really like the way Lundestrom has looked though, man.
Yeah.
Like he's been
Do you guys
really,
think he's
really
a
good.
center long term if he has a future in Anaheim?
I
I
don't
think he
think it
might-
matters.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
with the way that the Ducks play, I think there's a lot of switching and interchanging between positions. Like
yeah.
you'll see Lundestrom on the right, on the left, in the middle, depending on just the flow of play.
There's like kind of just go out there and just do what you do, I guess.
Do you, man?
Oh, the D pairs changed too a little bit. Cam Fowler's with Olin Zellweger now, and Jackson Lacombe's with Radko.
think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Jackson
Uh,
Lacombe's looked really good the last few games.
Yeah. Zellweger has like 100 shots on goal already, I'm pretty sure. He's shooting from everywhere.
Was it just
love
me,
it,
or
though.
was it just me, or did Cam Fowler just spam the point shot last night? It just seemed like he was shooting all the point shots.
Well,
I
if
mean,
he
it's better than
if he
him
gets,
passing up shots.
yeah, I was
Well-
gonna say if it prevents him from doing any weird little backward crossover protecting the puck thing, I
Yeah.
think it's for the better at this point.
I feel like he always gets himself in a position where he waits too long and he misses out on making a play, and then he holds onto the puck, goes behind the net, circles around, comes back to the point, and there's just a lot of nothing.
That's
So
why
I
I
guess-
like that's why I like Zellweger with him, because Zellweger he's so active. He kind of
Mhm.
forces Cam to move around and like he's like, I'm coming to your spot, so you better move and get open. And then Fowler does.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of movement and energy in the offensive zone or everywhere on the ice when Zellweger's on the ice. So that's been
Yeah.
a really nice breath of fresh air. And I think that pairing's pretty good for each other because they can both are very mobile and can kind of switch and join rushes and get open for each other. So I am really enjoying that pairing.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what
I'd
we're
hope
saying is
Olin
that
has all-
Zellweger.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'll say my thought.
I
After.
was gonna say what we're really saying is Zellweger bullies Cam Fowler.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
The future is
Encourage
now.
you
this
to hear.
man.
He got sent down back to San Diego today, but that's because the Ducks don't play for a week.
He's in the AHL All-Star game.
And
too.
he's in the
The Gulls
know
have
when
2
that is,
games.
yeah.
The Gulls play tonight. Or no, the Gulls
tomorrow.
I think
tomorrow and Saturday, and then the All-Star
Yeah.
game or skills competition Sunday, All-Star game Monday, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's still going to be busy while the other team's on, or while the NHL team's on vacation. So,
which is good for him. He needs to.
which is good for him.
Yeah, he needs a playing time.
Yeah, he needs to burn all those calories he's constantly eating.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I hope he has a ton of energy. Like, dude eats for like 4 people.
And have you ever noticed Anthony Duclair always scores against the Ducks? Like every single.
Always.
He had a goal last night.
Yeah. It goes back to when he was a Coyote, dude. Like every time we played the Coyotes.
Yeah.
Him and Max Domi always scored when they were on the Coyotes against the Ducks.
I mean, he just carried it over to the Panthers and the Rangers.
Is Max Domi still in the league?
Max Domi's in Toronto.
Oh, is he?
He's in Toronto.
By the way, Sharks tail buckets on the road, fantastic.
Yeah,
I love that look.
I will give them that.
I love the Sharks home, away.
Their rebrand is just
their jerseys.
great.
It's great. Yep,
it's just great.
Beautiful.
They've never had a bad uniform though. To be fair to them,
the Stadium Series ones.
I was about to say
pretty stinky.
I didn't love the mid 2000s like Rocky Torres era.
Yeah, I was just about to bring those jerseys up with like the weird burnt orange trim everywhere. I didn't like it. They need to be just like teal.
They weren't bad, but they
gray.
weren't great.
Yeah.
My favorite Sharks uniform is the Timo ones, the ones that he wore when he was in San Jose.
Those are pretty solid. The kind of like rounded body one.
Yeah, the weird collar one.
I always call them like the Owen Nolan jerseys. That's like the first guy that comes to mind when I think of
Jonathan
Cheechoo. Cheechoo. I used to like, and Nabokov. I used to like hate Nabokov because I've always liked goalies, but he would just kill the Ducks. But like, I don't say a lot of nice things about the Sharks, but I will give credit where credit's due. I'll give them 2. Their uniforms have always, well, not always, but for the most part, throughout their history, have been very good. Their branding is very nice. It's clean. I mean, it's a shark. I mean, it's cool. And then they have Mike Greer as their GM. So shout out to Mike Greer, former Buffalo Sabre during the Goat Head days.
And his brother's like the GM for one of the football teams.
NBA,
right?
NBA,
Dolphins.
or NFL.
Or the Dolphins. Yeah,
Dolphins. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So shout out to them.
The aquatic animal.
Yep.
Brothers
yeah.
Dolphins. Yeah.
But more teams should wear their colored buckets on the road. That's what I was getting at.
I agree, Lou.
Yeah.
Like Lou's hat of choice tonight. I got a new hat. For people who are listening and can't see this, it's a blacked out like Mighty Ducks hat, and the Mighty Duck logo is outlined in orange. It's very cool. And then on the side, it's like a patch, inaugural patch from '93. Very sick.
Is it a Mitchell and Ness one?
It is.
Yeah, I figured.
You don't like Mitchell and Ness?
No, this is a Mitchell and Ness hat.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like Arizona only has one sports store. It's like franchise, so there's only one. It's called Just Sports, and I don't go there often because they don't have a great variety for me personally. But I found this Ducks hat there, and I had to get it. It's beautiful. I enjoy it.
Cool.
It's been a long time since I've worn a hat. I have a ton of them, but just
I have too many. I gotta get rid of some.
I don't know, like the way, because I only wear snapbacks or flat bills, and I just don't like the way it pushes like my hair down. I like to wear my hair back, so like when it pushes it like against my head, I look weird. I look like a dog walking around
with a cone. Looks like we got a squeak of the week live.
Yep. Yeah, I was about to share that to you.
Well, I'm glad Ryan doesn't forget, because I forget to ask him.
Yeah, I always forget.
Well, since we don't have a ton of game talk to do, I mean,
do you want to go over the calendar for February?
We can. I was gonna say we should talk about some of the trade talk that's happening. Elias Lindholm got dealt yesterday, which was kind of like the number one free agent target. So
Yeah.
suddenly Adam Henrique becomes a lot more valuable.
Yes, sir.
Him and Frank both are kind of right in the good old Stonks train upwards. But I mean, nothing's really changed. The name's out there. I mean, Zagreus' name is still out there, but we still don't really give that much.
It's gone to the point where I had to mute his name on Twitter because I got sick and tired of listening or looking at the dumb trade proposals people have.
Yeah.
It's just not worth my time to look at it.
Zegers could give up on hockey and become like a professional YouTuber, and there would still be trade talk about him in a league that he's not even in anymore.
The YouTube league.
So his name's still floating around. A lot of trade boards, not draft boards. Still kind of have Gibson in that boat, but kind of a lot of the talk now is doesn't seem like it's gonna be done this year, and it'll probably be an off-season move, which I mean we've been hearing since I think the first pandemic season back, but so is the life of being John Gibson at this point.
I think Pat Verbeek's holding out for a haul for him,
as he should.
Yep, he's having a good year.
Yeah,
both goalies are having a good year. Goaltending has not been a problem for the Ducks this year.
It's just he's not shooting yourself in the foot consistently.
Although John Gibson, did you see he almost had an own goal last night?
That was a bit sketchy. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Kind of held my breath there for a second.
He's not the best puck handler. Handler. I can't say that word.
Yeah, he won't be shooting towards any empty nets anytime soon. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You gotta get rid of those heavy fucking CCM sticks. I mean, Lucas has got it right. Use the Bowers; they're light.
Or even Shift.
Yeah,
they do goalie sticks.
But send Gibson a Shift stick.
Out there more consistently has been, of course, Henrique. Vetrano's name's kind of in talk, but it's not like anything, at least for the most part, the insiders are all in agreement that it would kind of take a lot to pull Frank from this team, which kind of feel like everybody is in agreement with. You don't trade him unless you absolutely have just a godsend of a package in return.
Or if anyone just offers a first, you take it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even do it for just a first.
Labushkin's name's in the mix. Which I kind of feel like
he's gone.
The plan from the start. It's the reason we signed him. I mean, nothing's really changed on that front. It's just interesting to see that the consistency that we're seeing on our end from the guys certainly kind of jacking that value up.
Does Eurovakanainen get traded?
I wouldn't say at the deadline, but I could see it maybe being an off-season thing.
Because he's a restricted free agent, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if he gets. I mean, maybe.
There's just a logjam at left defenseman. He might just get lost in the shuffle, but he's having a pretty good year also, developing into a nice defensive defenseman.
Yeah.
Helps that he's on the ice a lot because Radko's either in the box or they're having to do something where he's having to play defense, which is good to see.
Do we like Colorado as a landing spot for Henrique?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Colorado, yeah. Colorado.
I think he's so versatile, and I feel like a lot of teams could use what he brings. He can play, center wing. He can, he's good in front of the net defensively. Swiss Army knife player.
Yep.
Yeah, and I wonder if teams who were in on Elias Lindholm that missed out, I wonder if they are now a little bit more in on Henrique than they were before.
Maybe Edmonton.
Yeah.
I think Carolina was in the mix.
Yeah, there's just two big center names now on the board, and it's Henrique and Sean Monahan, it seems like. So
yeah, Sean Monahan.
If we can get a bidding war going, I think
Is Sean Manhattan having a good year?
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
bounce back?
Yeah, he's having a good year and he's cheap. That's the
Crazy.
thing. He's cheap.
So
Good
it's
for Sean.
almost like Adam's kind of the premium and Sean Monahan's the like consolation prize. Which I'd almost feel like it'd be the opposite, but I think
Yeah.
just kind of the veteran presence that Henrique brings is probably a little more valuable.
I keep seeing the Devils wanting Henrique. It'd be funny if he went back to New Jersey.
Yeah.
It is a little funny. I usually, I am a known Frank Saravalli detractor, but I did like his.
I unfollowed him the other day. It felt very, very good.
That was your problem from the start, was following him, but
protect your peace, friends. Protect your peace.
But I liked his reasoning for Colorado being a good fit. Being Ryan, it just says Ryan Johansson isn't cutting it. I was just kind of like, just kind of evil smirk on my face.
Who would have thought?
Like, yes.
Holy crap! I didn't know the Devils were that bad this season. I'm looking at the records right now.
That whole thing
they've had a lot
that
of
came
injuries.
Have they?
The whole athletic thing that came out with the overrated players. Was Ryan Johansson on any of those lists? I mean, I don't feel like he's very like rated, I guess, nowadays, but I felt like when he was with Nashville, he was definitely overrated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was good.
Well, he had like the one good year, and it just so happened to be the Cup final year. And
I don't know.
Did he have Philip Forsberg on his wing?
Yes, I don't know. I try and block that out.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he had a good year, probably.
I don't know. I'm also just a big hater, so I could be like,
yeah,
could be blocking my vision of the kind of player that he really is, but I just have never really seen it.
I've always thought he looked like he smelled like pancakes.
Pancakes?
Yeah. Like a syrupy smell.
He combs his hair with maple syrup.
Yeah.
Instead of jelly, he uses maple syrup.
Lou says that, and immediately you think, oh, so he must be implying he smells good, but then you remember Lou doesn't like pancakes. So
doesn't like breakfast at all. Yeah.
I like pancakes when I'm like hungover. Or waffles, but that's it.
I was gonna say I like the smell of syrup, so but
smell of pancakes is okay, but it gets kind of gross after a while.
I understand maybe saying like he kind of looks like he would be sticky because I feel like
he does look sticky
like a
too.
Sticky guy. He looks like he just looks like
he does look sticky. Yeah, agreed.
Oh, that is why you come to Lap.
Yep.
Stay for the brief. Come for the brief game recap. Stay for the Ryan Johansson is sticky stock. Well, do you think we will see any mystery names on the trade block or any mystery trades for the Ducks?
Mystery.
Maybe Max Jones.
Oh, good
really?
One. If he comes back from injury, yeah, he's close. I think a lot of teams are looking for what he brings, which is just like a crazy forechecker and just that gritty sandpaper cliche.
Yeah, he's like the perfect he's like the perfect example of like what teams are looking for heading into the playoffs too.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, Ross Johnston does that too.
Can we?
Yeah, you want Ross Johnston?
God
damn it.
He's taken some dumb penalties lately.
He's signed for 2 more years at 1.1.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is he really?
2 more years of Ross.
Yep.
He should be in San Diego. I always feel bad. Oh, hold on.
I did not know that.
Oh, Chris unplugged his mic.
I unplugged that. I always feel bad like talking trash about certain players, especially on the Ducks, just because like I don't know, they're in the NHL and I'm sitting here on a podcast talking and it's like I don't know the guy personally. I always have to remind myself it's not personal, but I do feel bad. But like as a player, it's like I kind of don't want you on my team. I kind of even on the fourth line, it's too much sometimes for me. Like I just
Like he
can't.
was fine for like the first couple months of the season, but the untimely penalties are getting be tired some.
I do feel like he suffers from "I'm just big and people run into me" kind of penalty sometimes,
Yeah.
but a lot of the
Yeah.
time, because at least with those, you can kind of just be like, okay, yeah, it's interference, but it's because he's massive and the other guy ran into him. But more often than not, the consensus when I'm not able to watch games tends to be, hey, why the fuck did you do that? Because I'll just see, come on, Ross, or like, did we have to take that? And it's all in succession, just like, oh yeah, he did a stupid there.
Yeah. Like right now, my two things are just Ross Johnston as a whole, and then Carrick on the power play. Those are my two issues at hand. Other than that, though, I think I don't know. I'm vibing over here. It's fine.
Revive it.
I mean, it helps that they're playing a little bit better.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, we have all of February. If you would like to pull up that schedule, we can maybe talk a little bit about what we think coming up. I know I got to pull it up real fast.
The schedule.
Yeah. So we return.
We can kind of put this into our "What's on Tap" segment here.
We'll just preview the
by
whole
Noble?
month since we got a whole week off.
Yeah, we'll just do the whole month here really quick. I mean, we'll retouch on it, as we get closer to these games. But yeah, "What's on Tap" brought to you by Noble Ale Works.
So we
Mitch and Lap.
come back from the break and have to play the Oilers.
That's
Yeah.
the Offspring night, by the way.
The Offspring
That's
night, yeah.
the is that the,
They advertised the shit out of that game last night.
As they should.
Yeah.
is the Oiler game their potential record breaker?
Yes.
They have the Knights. I think they're in Vegas the
Okay.
Tuesday before. Is that the record breaker against Vegas?
Is it really?
No,
'Cause they're
that'd be
at-
the record tire. I remember
Tire,
the
okay.
Ducks are involved somehow.
Yeah. So if they beat the Knights, then yeah, the Oilers Ducks game becomes a little bit more important for at least one side of it.
Yeah, they're breaking that. If they beat
Imagine
the
if the
Knights.
Ducks ended it. That'd be hilarious.
It would.
Oh crap! I totally forgot that Perry's returning.
Yeah, Corey Perry is
Oh,
back.
so the Ducks are gonna go down 3 goals and then come back in the last 3 minutes and win in overtime
Leo
to break
Carlson
that or
leads the way.
to disrupt that record. That'd be so sick.
Yeah.
So we have Edmonton at home, and then the next week we go on a little Eastern swing. We play Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto. That should be the big Gudis Reeves blow off, for that stupid fucking bullshit that apparently is going to happen in that game.
Yeah.
Is Ryan Reeves back?
He has been, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. And then they play Buffalo.
Play Buffalo at 10:30 in the morning. I believe this is Chris's time.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, it's 9:30 for you.
So nice
Why-
9:30
President's Day.
a.m. game on a Monday.
What holiday is that on the 19th?
That's President's Day.
Oh, is it? Okay.
We're at home for one against the Blue Jackets.
Not going to be seeing Leo versus Adam Fantilli this season, unfortunately.
Well, at least
That
one more
sucks.
time.
Yeah.
They have the Kings that weekend. Kings Predators back to back. So that's gonna be a
A
nice
fun weekend.
nice irritating weekend.
I might need to unplug that weekend and just not go up
then we
into the mountains.
come back and play against the Sharks another time.
In San Jose.
So this time in San Jose.
So this is probably the easiest month they'll have this season.
I'm hoping that the Oilers game, the come out and play night with the Offspring, I hope that they kind of show off what's happening for people that are watching on TV, because I feel like that's going to be kind of cool. So I kind of hope that even if you're not there, the broadcast kind of does a good job at covering what's going on.
They probably
Um,
won't, but
We'll get
I
to
mean, yeah.
we'll get to hear good old John Allers and Brian Hayward just talk about nonsense.
Yep.
I
right,
certainly
you
see
wanna-
them taking at least 3 of the games on the Eastern swing.
Montreal, Ottawa,
hoping-
Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they're
Hoping they
not
can
they're
beat
not beating
Buffalo.
Toronto. Probably
Never know.
guarantee that.
Never know. We've played Toronto actually pretty well, I feel like, the last couple of years.
Not last season. They like beat us beat the Ducks like 8-1, 9-1.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a blowout last season. But every game was a blowout. But
we did have the one at home with the Zegers overtime winner.
yeah, that's the game they did win in overtime.
I could see them winning the Blue Jackets in the Nashville game. I feel like Blue Jackets Sharks is probably a toss up between either team. How the Kings are playing, I mean,
you never know.
if we're rolling, I could maybe see them kind of killing the Kings' hope a little bit more, but
That'd be cool.
That'll be the Arthur Kaliyev revenge game once he's traded to the Ducks.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, so 9 games this month, 18 possible points. I think they're going to get 10 points. I say they go 4-3-2. Let me try to remember the 4 wins that I guessed. I said, I think Ottawa, Buffalo, Nashville, and San Jose. Those were the 4 wins. 3 losses were Edmonton, Toronto, and the Kings. And then the 2 OT losses were Montreal, Columbus.
no faith. The Blue Jackets game. Come on, Chris. I mean, that sounds about right. The only one I would say I kind of feel is I wouldn't so much say gimme win, but I kind of feel like the Blue Jackets game is like one where we're gonna have to like really shit the bed to lose that. I mean, they're playing a little bit better, but losing Fantilli is kind of a big hit, especially with Line out. Like, not looking great.
Does Pavel Minchikov come at the end of the month? Come back? When was his timeline?
It might be the end of the month, yeah.
He had the same timeline I thought as Zegras. They're both 6 to 8 weeks, right?
I thought it was a little bit shorter. Maybe not. I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can't either.
You want to do predictions for the next 3 games at least? Because then that'll be at least up until we record again.
Yeah.
All right. You want to do scores for the Ducks Oilers?
I'll go 6-3.
6-3. You
Who's
don't even
winning?
have to say. You don't have to say who's winning. We
I
know
think-
you don't.
Yeah.
We're just trying to force it out of him at this point. Just
Yeah.
I'm not saying it, but I'm saying it, kinda. But I'm not saying it.
He's saying it. He's definitely saying it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 6-2 Oilers.
Whew. Okay. Yeah, I can see it getting kind of out of hand.
Like the other 2 times this season already.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I'll
say.
Oh,
No, go ahead.
5-3. Oilers.
5-3. 5-3
Yeah.
Oilers. All right. I'm gonna say the Oilers win 7-2. All right. All right. Tuesday at the Canadians.
500 billion to 2. And I'll even say the Ducks for this one.
5 billion to 2, huh?
Yeah. You hear that, Sicard? No, but my real answer, I'll say 4-1.
4-1. Okay.
I will say 4-2. 4-2 Ducks.
4-2
I'll,
Ducks.
I'll actually give a team, unlike
Okay.
Mr. Lou.
3-2 OT loss.
Oh,
I'm gonna go 4-3 OT loss. All right, and then that Thursday at the Senators.
I feel like they always have trouble in Ottawa. Like even
I
when they
feel
were
like
still good, I feel like they never won in Ottawa.
I feel like I can just never remember the games when we play like on the East Swings, like how they were, just because you're only there. The Ducks are there once a year, so I couldn't even tell you if that feels right.
Yeah. I'll go 3-2.
I feel like they can win that game, but I will say 4-3 Ottawa. Just
Okay.
because like, I'm in the same boat as Lou. I do feel like they struggle a little bit in Ottawa.
Regulation
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah.
Like even when they were consistently in the playoffs, it just seems like Ottawa was one of the places where they just don't win.
Wasn't the case in the Cup final.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe Ottawa got the revenge after
Living
that.
in the past.
I will
We're
be
living in
right
the
back.
past.
You guys can finish with predictions. I will be back in 1 sec.
Okay.
I got 3-2 shootout win in Ottawa.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Shootout win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say Ducks win 4-2. All right. Well, that is what's on tap. Brought to you by Noble Ale Works, our good friends over there. If you mention late arrivals when you get a beer or close your tab, you get 10% off on game days, home or away. It does not matter. If the Ducks happen to be home, you can get free game day parking at Noble. So, next home game, Friday, February 9th. Oilers are in town. Get your free parking at Noble.
I heard parking is an absolute disaster at Honda
Oh,
Center right now. So
it's horrible.
That's what I'm hearing.
So go to Noble.
Go to
Yeah.
Noble, get that free parking, walk a little bit to the arena. Oh well, just can enjoy a beer and 10% off by mentioning us.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
But say someone is thinking about going to that Oilers game, February 9th, come out and play night with the Offspring, and they want to go to Noble, enjoy a wonderful cold beer. Where would they get tickets, you think, for this game?
I was waiting for Lou to say it.
Oh, 714 tickets.
He looked like he was rearing and ready to go.
I know. I thought it was too.
I froze. I froze up. 714 tickets. Promo code LAP. LAP. If you don't know how to spell the word LAP.
And it does work again.
It does work, yes.
Is it all caps?
It's all caps, yeah. I'm actually gonna see. Let's get this up right now. Let's see what tickets are looking like on 714 for the Oilers game, shall we?
Is Chrissy coming to a game?
Well, I want to let the listeners know how much.
Oh, okay.
We got a mouse sighting in the chat.
Oh, he's here, kids.
By the way, I went through the wrong door again when I went to the bathroom last night.
Dude,
I did it again.
how is this a
I don't
reoccurring
know.
thing?
I don't know why it keeps happening, but it keeps happening. And I didn't even drink at the game last night.
Jesus, we need to like. I
You
don't
gotta
know.
get
We
like
have to
one
have
of
like
those little backpacks that you put on like your infants when they're starting to walk. the little like
I just
leash,
need a map.
like the little monkey backpack.
Give Lou a shock collar.
Did you
All
say that
right.
you need a map, Lou?
Yeah, how to get out of the bathroom.
That's what they need. They need a bathroom attendant to hand out little maps to people when they come into the bathroom.
Wait, how
All
did he
right.
end up in the kitchen?
Wait, I thought he had to go to the bathroom. Why is he Lou's cooking? Cooking up some chicken strips. All right, looks like Oilers Ducks tickets on 714 right now. Cheapest. Wow. Okay. Looking at section 408 for 2 tickets, you got $56. 56 each, and that's they have no service fees at 714, so 56 that's it. And you plug in your little code there, LAP, all caps, get your 10% off. You get 5% towards future purchases.
I mean, Monster Jam's coming into town the end of the month. So is
Monster
WWE.
Jam.
Go watch some Raw.
I think UFC is coming, right?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I know there was.
Mackenzie Dermer was there last night.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is, but they were talking to her, and
do I talk about the controversy with her?
Is it like really bad?
No, it's just
Oh.
she might have a fake Brazilian accent.
Oh, okay.
Because she's like she was born in like Phoenix.
Was she really?
Yeah, but apparently she like traveled back and forth from here, Arizona to Brazil. But there's like videos of her like talking perfect English without like an accent.
Uh-huh.
And then like she progressively like had an accent in her voice, like with each passing year. I don't know. So
She's
it's
the
debatable.
Larry the Cable Guy of the MMA world.
The what?
Larry the Cable Guy. He doesn't have he puts on a fake Southern accent. If you didn't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan said it's UFC 256. How do I know that? Only all of the ads yesterday at the
Yeah, they
game.
really they did promote that a lot yesterday.
It's gonna bring a lot of money to Honda Center.
Good to see you supporting your Ducks out there, Ryan.
We love to see it, truly.
Ducks and Ryan.
He went through all that crazy traffic and parking situation for his Ducks.
Parking is a mess, man. I had to leave my house at 5 for a 7:30 game last night.
But it's all for the vibe. It's all for the vibe.
It ain't a vibe right now.
Well, before we get into our other news we got here, go to Shift Hockey if you're looking for new gear. I know the seasons are coming to an end club wise, so it's that fun time of year again where parents are gonna be spending a lot of money. Why not spend less money?
Yeah, why not?
Use Lap 10 at checkout. Good on everything from apparel to sticks. They even have gloves too. But it can't be stacked with anything existing. But get you some gear, get you some cream stuff.
Cream. I forgot to say
if you haven't gone on their website and just looked around, like obviously you don't have to buy anything, but if you just check it out, maybe you'll find something you like. They have their stuff is very clean. It's very nice looking. You're gonna look great on the ice, or I don't know if you play roller, whatever it is, you're gonna look great playing. And they always say, look good. What is it?
Look good, play good.
Look good, play good. Wear
good,
shift.
Look good, feel good.
Look good, feel good, play good.
That's what it is.
Shift hockey.
Yep.
Sorry, I was distracted, Chris. There's a cat walking behind you.
Oh, behind me?
Yeah. I went by the
I
closet.
heard something. Okay, he snuck in there. That's what I heard. I thought I heard like a door open and I got freaked out. I'm like, what's happening? It's a cat.
They're coming for you. They found you. You freak. Well, before like Chris said, before the episode gets very, very heavy and serious here, the Oilers did get to 16 straight wins. So before they play the Ducks, they have the opportunity to tie the record at 17. And then if they beat Vegas, Ducks have the chance to break the record. I feel like we've progressively every week gotten to a point of they're still doing really good and it's gross. But I kind of feel like this was expected, but it was nice pointing and laughing at them a little bit for like that first 2 month stretch.
Yeah.
It was funny being able to be like, haha, we're in fourth, you guys aren't. And now, they're almost in first place, and it's just like, yeah, okay. How quickly life humbles you.
Yeah. I was literally looking at the standings the other day, since it's like All-Star break and all that, and I just was checking up on it, and it's crazy that the Oilers have won 16 in a row, and they are currently in third place still in the Pacific, and they're still 12 points behind the Canucks for first place. That is crazy to win that. That just shows you how like bad they started the season. Like to win 16 in a row and you're not even like.
But it's also that hard.
Points.
It's also that hard to make up ground in the
it
way the
really
standings
is,
are set up. Like
you have to like start winning right away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're hate to say it, but they are fun to watch. I mean, I've always, ever since McDavid has come into the league, I have enjoyed watching at least him play, if not the whole Oilers team. He's definitely worth tuning in for. But yeah, it's weird that for me, at least personally, like the two teams that I find the most entertaining right now are Canadian teams. With it being the Oilers and Canucks, because the Canucks are on fire, and it's just they're a lot of fun to watch. I think I might even prefer to watch the Canucks over the Oilers. Just how much fun they're having. Brock Besser,
30 goals for the first time.
30 goals, first time in his career. He gets to the 30 goal mark, so that's cool.
He's having a bounce back year, huh?
100%. Yeah.
30 goals before the All-Star break. Yeah, you can say that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the trade too that they made?
Yeah, traded for Elias Lindholm.
That was huge. Yeah.
I have the trade details popped up if you want.
Go ahead, Lou.
The Canucks send the Flames Andrei Kuzmenko, Hunter.
You got
Hunter Brewsterwitz.
That's a name.
Is that how you say it?
I think so. I don't know.
Yoni Yermo, 2024 first round pick, and a conditional 2024 fourth round pick.
I think the conditional, they have to make the third round for it to become a third, something like that.
Okay.
One of those weird, you have to play X amount of games or make X amount of.
I think that's a pretty good haul for Calgary. I mean, Kuzmenko is super talented, and he just did not get along with Tocchet. They couldn't see eye to eye, but he's a very talented player. And then the first round pick, obviously, and then Hunter, the prospect,
Hunter
is having
B.
a monster. Hunter B is having a monster year in juniors. So I think I like that haul for Calgary, and I like the trade for Vancouver as well, because Lindholm is, he scored 40 goals 2 years ago, and that team, whether they play Pettersson with Miller or they split them up, that makes Lindholm the either second or third line center. They got some nice depth now, down the middle at least, and obviously Quinn Hughes is having a Norris year on the back end. I like the way they're built, like big. Aside from Hughes, they're a big blue line, and then Demko's just a rock star Vezina. I don't really see a hole in that team anymore.
Yeah. Love me some Thatcher Demko.
So the Flames don't have a representative in the All-Star game, huh? Because wasn't Elias Lindholm? Because wasn't Elias Lindholm their representative?
Yeah.
It was funny seeing him get drafted at the All-Star draft tonight. And
I was wondering who that was, and I guess that was him.
Got the Canucks jersey on, and it's like, damn, it's weird seeing that Canucks colors already.
2 years in a row, something's happened with the Canucks at the All-Star break, because last year the Horvat trade happened right before.
That's right.
So like
yeah,
he
I
was
forgot about that.
in an Islanders jersey at the All-Star game before he was on the
actual
Islanders.
Islanders.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
But hey, the difference a year makes. You go from trading your captain before the All-Star game and everybody making fun of you for it to, landing kind of the biggest trade target of the season,
Yeah.
kind of swinging your might around a little bit. Good for the Canucks.
Yeah.
100%.
They're the one Pacific Division team that doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
Canucks.
It bothers me
Yet.
when we lose to them, but it's just because they're just really good. Like
Mhm.
even the years where they've kind of stumbled a little bit, I felt like maybe it's since Pedersen joined their team, but like
Future Duck.
Yeah. Slow your roll.
anymore.
Slow your roll.
Ryan put
Former future Duck.
trading team captain and immediately getting better. Delicious thought.
Jesus.
You're gonna get 3 more years on Anze Kopitar and you're gonna like it, Ryan.
Shout out Brock Faber.
Kicking the man while he's down.
Rookie of the month of January, by the way. Since we're just
I
getting
do want
since we're getting the news out of the way.
before we move on, I do want to give a shout out to Austin Matthews because he is on pace to be the first player to hit the 70 goal mark in over 30 years.
How many goals does he
So
have?
shout out to he has like 30. Oh, sorry, he's at 40 right now.
That boy do have a lot.
Yeah, 40 goals. And speaking of Austin Matthews, can talk about the All-Star player draft really quick because Austin Matthews had Justin Bieber with him.
Who looked like
drafting his
he did not
team.
want to be there.
Dude, he was not involved at all. It was kind of it was a little disappointing because like he was just like
He's the one who created the uniforms, which I
Yeah.
will say they actually did kind of look better on TV.
I kind of like the blue ones.
They looked a lot. I won't say a lot better, but they did look a little bit better
Yeah.
than like on a picture.
But yeah, Bieber was just sitting on stage. He was not like making pics or anything, dude. Like he was just
there
sitting
to
there
not
and
be fined.
every time he was asked, like
I could only watch like 10 minutes of it because it was just so cringy. It was just everybody had a microphone and it was just
yeah, there were way
clusterfuck.
too many mics, dude.
It was a clusterfuck.
David
Hey.
Amber was trying to talk to guys, and then you could hear like the other teams like going over who they were going to draft next because their mics are on, and it's just like, oh my god, there was just too much going on. And I love what they tried to do, but
why did they have ESPN do it? ESPN is not good for stuff like this. At least TNT, they have personalities that are more enjoyable.
yeah,
John Bruce, I'm sorry, he's not that enjoyable to watch.
yeah, it was a weird experience for sure.
Frank Vitrano looked like he would rather be at the DMV than there.
Yeah, Michael Bublé was having the best time at anybody. Anybody that
he
just
said he
is
took
willingly
some
gonna
shrooms.
admit that you're taking shrooms at the All-Star game, like hell yeah, just you do you, man.
Oh Christ! Yeah,
Who were the
Will
team captains
Arnett.
again? Yeah, it was Will Arnett, the Biebs,
Bieber was
Michael
with
Bublé,
Austin
and
Matthews. Bublé was with the Hughes brothers.
that's who Frank Vitrano got
Yeah,
drafted to.
Frank Vitrano is on Team Hughes, so he'll be wearing the red jersey, I believe. Or I don't even know. Do they have they all have like specific jerseys, right? They're not going to switch because remember, like years past, they've kind of like
Yeah, you've worn one or the other for one
Yeah.
year, and then if you moved on, you wore the other.
So I don't even know if like he's set in stone to wear the red the whole time, but he got drafted to the Team Hughes. They're wearing red. The other one was Tate McRae with Nathan McKinnon and Kel McCarr, and then
Chris
Will
McGrady.
Arnett.
We Snipe Selly in the chat says Frank scored that O-team game-winning goal, and for what? To be picked last?
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't He was second to last.
The way they did that for like, because I did tune back in for that, they just like read off a card of who they got picked by. That was stupid.
The last three players that were yet to be picked got like a envelope with a card, and you open it up, and then your team was on that card. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't know who got picked last? Is that why? No hard feelings.
Yeah. So
Pretty
there really
much.
was no. Technically, the last guy that opened the card was who was it? Kraken player.
Oliver Borkstern.
Yeah, and he
Who
went
also really wants to be there this weekend.
yeah, and he went to Team McKinnon.
Did I call him Ollivander?
No, you didn't.
No.
No. Oh, We Snipe City said Ollivander in quotations. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's
I
see.
don't know.
Team
We'll
McKinnon,
listen to
which
the
is
audio back.
Yeah, Team McKinnon, which is the team I care about because it's because Tate McRae helped sculpt it. It's Nathan McKinnon, Cal McCarr, Sidney Crosby, Georgiev, Kaprizov, Sebastian Aho, the Carolina variety, Tom Wilson, Jeremy Swayman, Travis Konechny, Elias Lindholm, and Oliver Bjorkstrand. Let me see if I can find.
The people called him Ollivander.
Oh, did they? I know McDavid. Who did he draft? And he called him Sam Bobrovsky. He said Sam Bobrovsky.
Sam Bobrovsky.
That's funny. All right, Team Matthews. Austin Matthews. There's a trend here. The first four names: Austin Matthews, Morgan Riley, William Nylander, Mitch Marner, and then Ottinger, Clayton Keller, Barzal, Shesterkin, Forsberg, DeBrincat, Trocheck. They went pretty heavy on the American players there, and the Leafs.
Oh, they're the host city, so they gotta stack up somehow. Let them have their super team since they're gonna lose in the first round again.
This is how they win. They can win this weekend. Team Hughes is Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson, Nikita Kucherov, Thatcher Demko, Kyle Connor, Brady Tkachuk, Jesper Bratt, Cam Talbot, Brock Besser, JT Miller, and our boy Frank the
Tank.
Frank the Tank, Frankie V.
Jack Hughes didn't make the All-Star game?
He did, but he's hurt.
He was replaced. Yeah, he's hurt. So he still was a captain, but he was replaced in the game itself by Bratt.
Jasper.
Yeah.
Future Duck.
All right. And last but not least, Team McDavid is Connor McDavid, Liam Draisaitl, Connor Hellebuck, David Pastrnak, Rasmus Dahlin, Robert Thomas, Sam Reinhart, Sergei Bobrovsky, not Sam Bobrovsky, Connor, Boone Jenner, Nick Suzuki, and Tomas Hertl.
That's a cool team.
Yeah, I really only care about the skills competition. I probably won't pay much attention to the game itself.
The last few,
you're just like the players.
Yes, exactly.
The last few skills competitions just aren't fun to watch.
No, they're not great. Skills competition is tomorrow, I believe, on ESPN2. I'll probably watch the beginning of the All-Star game on Saturday because Tate McRae is performing in the beginning. She is the headliner.
Good for her.
Yeah. We all know that I am the lone tater tot on this podcast.
The lone what?
Tater tot. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. Her fans are called tater tots.
Chris said, "How do you do, fellow kids?"
How do you do, fellow kids? I like tater tots as well.
It's kind of a hard transition to make here.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So before we get into this section, we are going to be talking about the updated news we got about the whole 2018 World Junior scandal. If this is something that is going to be a little bit hard of a listen on you. I will put a timestamp to put us at the start of the questions. Just I know it's a very sensitive subject, and
Yeah.
If it is a little much, we want to give you guys that option to just be able to skip it entirely. But the timeline of events kind of started last week when we started getting the player leave of absences.
Yeah.
And it's kind of been known since I'd say maybe about November, if I'm remembering right, that more information would come out about the case gradually over time. I know a lot of people were kind of upset that it has taken this long, but it is important to note that the original event did happen in 2018. The initial case, I'm going to pull it up here. The initial criminal case was closed in February of 2019, as it was alleged that there wasn't enough evidence to file charges. Hockey Canada settled outside of court, but it was reopened. It was closed as a civil case, but it's now been reopened as a criminal case just because all the pressure from the media, just from people wanting to know what happened, just because it is such a big thing that has kind of taken the hockey media by storm. This kind of came out around the same time as all the Kyle Beach stuff, and just kind of some of that nastiness from the pandemic era of things. But all we knew up until last week was just there's 5 players involved. And the London police in Ontario were urging those 5 players to come forward and surrender themselves. The puzzle pieces were kind of put together. You had players granted leaves of absences, notably Dylan Dubé, Michael McLeod, Cal Foote, Carter Hart, and then Alex Formenton from his Swiss team. And it all was confirmed that they were the 5 that were being asked to surrender themselves. And I will try and read this as briefly as possible from Rick Westhead, who I will say, with all the flack that is kind of put on Twitter, we can talk about journalism not being the greatest. We've dealt with some BS this year, the whole thing with Dostal, and I kind of feel like we live in an era where journalists are kind of open for criticism if they're not doing good work. But Rick's been on top of this. I mean, he was the guy kind of, really heading the Kyle Beach stuff.
Rick Westhead's been awesome in this. If you're not following him on Twitter, he's a great follow for all of this news. And if you need to kind of refresh on what's happening and you want to be up to date, definitely go follow him.
But the event in question, it involves a sexual assault on someone that is only going to be referred to as EM. It's how they are referred to in the document. All 5 players are being held on account of sexual assault dating back to June 19th of 2018. But McLeod seemingly may have more involvement in the situation, because he was levied an extra charge on top of it for being a party to the offense, which kind of, I didn't look it up, but kind of the consensus among some people in the comments that also were a little confused is it's more so a charge that kind of deals with further involvement in the situation, which doesn't make it any better than it already was for him. But it's a really, rough situation because of how young they are. Just because, you don't expect stuff like this to happen. It's a shame that the last couple years have been kind of mired in controversies like this. But it goes to show that, hockey has a bigger problem than I think people are willing to look at. We talk a lot about, especially for the last 2 years, with how we see things as fans, these guys they're humans at the end of the day. Like, we can sit back and be hard on these players for not performing because that's what fans do. You want your sports teams to be well, but sometimes you take out that human element of things, and we talk a lot about players kind of getting shit unfairly in the media, but I don't think you ever expect to be on the other side of things, of seeing kind of like the bad people can do. Especially guys that are, extended the privilege of being able to be an NHL player. It's kind of hard to really put into words like what this really means, for these guys, because obviously, outside of the few people that are like, come on, they got to be found guilty first before we can draw any judgment.
Jesus.
It's tough because you want them obviously to face punishment for what happened. But you just hope that it's taken into account that just because they're millionaires and professional athletes, that like there shouldn't be any leniency for a thing like this. But just it's such a bummer.
The whole situation is just terrible, and it just sucks the kind of people that come out of the woodwork when this stuff gets released. And I know it's just the internet, and you'd hope that these people don't act like this in real life if this situation was presented to them. But there's just a lot of horrible things being said, and it's all directed at the victim, and it's just really sickening, and it just continues to show that this sport has such a long way to go. But it's just, I'll never understand it. And I mean, hopefully this is the start of things kind of turning around, and people having to, face consequences for their actions. And it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, I don't care if this is one of your favorite players, if they're on your team. I would say the same if this was if this was a Ducks player. It does not matter at all. Like, these people, I hope these 5 players, Carter Hart, Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubé, Cal Foote, Alex Formenton, I hope they never play professional hockey like after this. This is just horrible. Things just need to change, and it's so deep rooted in the culture of the sport. And I just hope that this is something that is kind of going to help turn things around in the near future. And hopefully this helps other people too, like victims of this will come forward. And that's a big thing with this, is that you want people to be comfortable and not be afraid to move forward with these kind of things. You want people to be comfortable, and hopefully this helps. The people in the people in the comments are the perfect example of why a lot of victims don't come forward with a lot of their issues here, because they face all this backlash, and it gets pretty dark, and it gets personal, and it gets real. It's not just online. This stuff kind of creeps into their lives from people just because of a sports team, like fans of a sports team treating someone like this just because. I don't know. It's rough. It's rough to read. It's just not great stuff here. But like I said, hopefully this is a step in the right direction for not only just hockey but society, and we can kind of start moving forward and being better humans. And I don't know, we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, we can only hope that the victim gets justice and resolution and peace of mind at the end of all this.
Yeah.
And you nailed it when you said that this is a big reason why a lot of people don't come forward about stuff like this. I mean, the fact that Hockey Canada had a fund for like a hush fund for things like this.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, we're in 2024 right now, and this happened 6 years ago. And, you know, and the trial is not set to take place for another 2 years, I believe, 2026.
Wow.
Just because I think like the court system is so backed up in Ontario.
Yeah.
And you know what? The victim's name is going to be dragged through the mud. These attorneys that these well off and, you know, powerful athletes have to, like, they can afford these like high priced attorneys, and they're going to go after that person's character and try to dig up anything they can. And it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard for that person. And this is, man, this is why people don't come forward. Like, this is, I just can't fathom, you know, going and living, like reliving it as like the people that don't come forward live through this every day. And your heart goes out. And you know, it just, like I said at the beginning, you just hope that at the end of all of it, there's some sort of justice and resolution. So
Yep.
Monday, the London police are going to hold a press conference, which I kind of, it's, to me, I kind of like that they're doing that just so they can kind of dispel some stuff, you know, because a lot of there's been a lot of speculation about a lot of stuff. You know, being as tight-lipped as the situation is, which I don't fault anybody for, because this isn't just something you want just kind of spilling out. Obviously, situations like this have to be handled with a lot of care, you know, not just for the victim, but for other people involved. Because, yeah, you know, now knowing that we have these people named and the players named as the perpetrators in this, you know, obviously it kind of dispels some of that mystery behind it, but it does no good. You know, just to have it out there, because everyone speculates of, oh, so and so is on this team. Oh, I hope it's not so and so. I hope it's not so and so. And it's hard to kind of talk down on people for doing that, just because it's the nature of the situation. You know, you don't want your favorite player to be involved. And I understand that people are like, hey, like, you gotta take the fan glasses off for a second, not look at this as how does this affect my hockey team? You know, how does this affect the player I like? You have to look at it from that human perspective, like, this, you know, this is a crime. It's just, hopefully the press conference kind of lays out some things, kind of dispel some of the stuff on Twitter, some of the stuff online. It's gonna be weird to see how the NHL handles this. You know, it sounds like there has pretty much been a gag order on any questions at the All-Star game about it, which I don't so much see that as a slight against the NHL, if I'm being honest. Just because it is the All-Star weekend and you have this event to do. But I do feel like there is a time and place that needs to be set in stone for Gary Bettman to make comments, or just somebody in an official capacity to come out and say, hey, you know, we can't comment on this. We can't say this about the situation, but this is where we stand as a league. You know, I kind of feel like, you know, a lot of people are calling for the Flames to maybe do a little bit better, just because the whole situation with Dubé, it sounds like there could have been some miscommunication, and he wasn't exactly truthful of why he needed a leave of absence. But
Yeah.
I feel like a situation like that also kind of requires the team to be notified a little ahead of time, and not just have that fall on the players' shoulders to be like, hey, yeah, so this is going to happen, and I need to not play here. But I do kind of feel like need to be a little bit better about not just putting out a blanket. He's away for mental health reasons.
Yeah,
Because it just the optics of it just make it look terrible.
He just made things even worse just by that. Like to say that it's mental health.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, that bothered me a lot. And then you got people saying, well, what he's going through, he definitely could be going through problems mentally. I mean, yeah, but like there's a specific reason why you're stepping away from the team, and it is not mental health. It's because you're under investigation. You're being charged. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. Like I just that rubbed me the wrong way. Putting it out there saying that it's mental health when it's clearly something way more serious, and like Jake was saying, miscommunication there with the team.
It has real consequences too. Like it's not just like it's not just something to kind of like, ah, shit, we kind of got the wrong information here. Sorry, guys. It's a big thing. It's a literal criminal case. I don't think bagging on them too much does any good at this point, because the situation is kind of said and done, and they're in the bed they make at the end of the day. I don't know. It's just I don't know how much more can be said about it, just because it's just it's a bummer, because you want I always look at it from the perspective of when I talk to someone who doesn't play hockey or watch hockey or something, and you try and tell them that it's such a great sport and all that. It's hard, and granted, all sports leagues have had their fair share of dark days and things like this. But it's hard sometimes, because you say, oh, it's all about the camaraderie and the fun of the game and all that, and then you look at all the stuff that's happened in the last couple of years, and you're just like, do I want to tell someone, hey, if you're a Blackhawks fan, you got some lore to catch up on, there's some real things, because I remember what it was like when I first started watching. I just had friends telling me like, hey, just watch the Ducks, they're the local team, it's cool. And I just was kind of like, hey, yeah. And it's hard to sell the game to people now if your first thing you can look up NHL wise is a scandal like this with its players. It puts the game in a weird spot, and not to say that the game takes precedent over it, because it doesn't. But we talk so much about how the NHL is a business, from a player standpoint, from an owner standpoint, all the way up to the top. This is a business at the end of the day, as most sports leagues are, but you gotta keep the integrity somewhere. And the integrity that these leagues have been built on is kind of showing the cracks, and it's good. The only way these problems are going to be fixed is if they come to the surface and we see them. It's just, it's a shame again that it has to happen with kids that can't say they didn't know better. They were on track to be professional hockey players. But again, it's just like you kind of fucked yourself at the end. There's not so much sympathy out there, for these people, just because you're an athlete, but you did something wrong. But no sympathy. Like you guys said, I hope that the victim, she gets all the support she needs. because it's going to be a circus.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna get crazy.
So we'll cap it there. Just kind of real rough conversation.
Yeah.
To have, but it doesn't do any good to just ignore it.
Yeah.
You have to have these conversations because change won't happen if you don't.
Last thing I'll say on it is just believe victims. Listen to them. It's not hard. Just be a human being. Just have sympathy. That's it.
Mhm.
Okay, well, take a breath, take a second here, and kind of unwind. I don't know, and not to feel like I was nervous to say anything wrong here, but it's a touchy subject, and it's hard to talk about. But
Very much so. Yeah.
we shall end as we always do, the little more lightheartedness. We'll start with our Hockey 365 topic as always. I didn't say that I agreed to do this one, but I agree with your guys' judgment. The third topic we were sent is a fun one. So hypothetically, you are needed to be the e-bug for the third period of an NHL game. Do you stop more or less than 50% of the shots put on net?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Definitely less than 50% of the shots.
I don't even think I would get a double-digit save percentage. I don't even know if I get 1%.
I would really hope that I was going in for a team that had a really good defense, and maybe I'm only facing like 5 shots, and maybe I can stop 2.
Maybe I could stop a shot from the point, but
yeah,
I
but
don't
clear the way.
have
No
faith
tips,
in myself for
please.
that.
Don't let it get tipped. Let me see it. And as long as it's under 80 miles per hour, I think I got it.
And right at your chest.
Yeah, please, right at the chest.
Less than 50, absolutely. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see myself at a maximum making maybe 5 saves. But knowing me, I kind of put myself in positions to just be kind of near the puck to get hit. So I kind of feel like the strategy of, okay, don't stop the puck, but just be somewhere near it to maybe have it hit you. Be kind of my game plan.
Yeah, at least out of all of us, you have the experience of at least playing goalie. Even if it's not professionally, like you still have experience in the crease.
It would be my biggest thing is obviously if we break this down and go like super like, okay, it depends on what team I'm playing for. If it was a team with a black jersey, like if I was playing on the Kings or like the Hurricanes for a night, good luck. I definitely would not be stopping any because I already have problems with my own team. I have all black equipment and we have a black jersey we like wearing. So black gloves, black jersey, black pads, and a little rubber disc that is also black flying at you. I don't think I would stop any.
Yeah, I think the goalie position, I feel like a lot of people can sit there and watch and be like, oh, I could have made that. I could have made that save. Or I could do that or whatever. And then you get it. I know, like, I don't have to be in that position. I just know that it's a nightmare. Goalies, that's why goalies are weird because they are just different people. They're psychos. Nobody wants to be standing in front of a shot that's coming at you at like 110 miles per hour. Like, no thanks. Go on that NHL Edge thing and go check out Radko Gudas' hardest shot. Like, no, I'm not going to be in front of that thing. Come on. I'm definitely not stopping it.
Sean said, can it just be Fowler shooting from the point?
Oh, that's sad.
I will say
Wild Wing shooting on me.
There is a little kind of rush when you stop like a really hard shot, but it is quickly like it's like the excitement of like, ooh, I stopped it, but also like, fuck, like my hand hurts. The worst, I still have a bruise from like 2 weeks ago. I got hit like kind of here on the arm. Like the guy shot it from like behind, like coming down the wing, like towards like the goal line.
Yeah.
And it was like a nothing kind of like stopped. I shrugged off, but I got home and didn't notice the giant bruise on my arm. And I was like, yeah, I remember that hurting when I got hit, but I was like, I didn't know I had a
Jesus.
bruise, and Heather smacked my arm. I'm like, hey, what the hell? It's not a good
Wonderful.
way to tell me I have a bruise. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I'm not stopping nothing. I don't think. If there's like a player on the Ducks that I might have a small chance in stopping, it might be a Ross Johnson shot.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We have to start talking to Tyler here. We need to get on the ice. Let's get in pads and let's have some Ducks players shoot on us, and let's be put in our place.
I've been asking. I've been telling them, like, hey, I will drive to Great Park for a practice if it means that I just get absolutely torched for half an hour, because I could say I actually like got shot on by the Ducks.
Yeah.
Ryan said I could easily make a save on a Jared Anderson Dolan shot.
So our next one, Sean asked in the chat, in our group chat, he says, is it a good look for one or more of the celebrity coaches for the All-Star game to openly admit that he's completely high on mushrooms?
The league needs more fun.
The league needs more fun. I like that.
League's moving forward. Fun.
It's so
Even
dull.
Even if it's drug use, I mean, mushrooms aren't bad.
I mean, he definitely seemed like he was high. If you have to mention that it wasn't a microdose, then
Yeah. I mean, hey, whatever spices up that draft, because that was rough. That was.
If they're gonna do that again, they need to have TNT do it.
I mean, they'll learn from it.
ESPN hasn't learned from the years of them doing the All-Star game. They haven't learned. It's the same boring, just it's bad, just bad.
Hockey players are just hard to.
Yeah, that's actually a big issue. They're just they don't have any personality.
They don't, and they're kind of like it's ingrained in them early on too as hockey players. Like, you know, they're just always so serious, and they never have any humor, and it's just robotic.
Like
for the people that complained about how much coverage Trevor Zegras gets, this is why, because he's actually interesting. He has a personality.
Yeah, he has personality.
Yes. Oh no, the one guy with personality. Of course, the NHL is going to be like, "Oh, we're going to market this guy." Like,
yeah,
if we're gonna keep doing the fan vote, we just need to vote in Trevor Zegras every year, so we have some sort of entertainment.
Yeah, and go check out Patrick's article about Mr. Trevor Zegras.
Yeah,
and how he is not
THN.com/Anaheim. My Trevor Zegras article's up there. My article defending why he's not overrated as
not overrated.
As said by 13% of NHL players.
God, I was listening to Connor McDavid, and he's just a boring guy. I mean, no offense to him, but he's just a boring guy.
And even Austin Matthews was kind of disappointing when he's given the mic. Like he definitely brings style to the game. I'll definitely say that. Like he brings a different style, like the way he shows up to games, you know, his arrival fits and all that. Like he brings a different element.
And he has he has cool sallies, but
yeah, and like David Pastrnak too is really good with the style, his style game. But like when Matthews had the mic, man, it's just like he was kind of boring. Like I know a lot of them probably aren't used to. I feel like a lot of hockey players just aren't used to talking in public.
Yeah,
they at least show it. Like I feel like they're all like hermit crabs, man. Like they never went out. They went to the rink and then went home. Like that's it, because they cannot talk in front of people at all. And I can't either. I'm not saying I'm anywhere near being like the most outgoing person in a crowded room. But Jesus, like,
yeah,
crack a smile, just give a wink, do something. Frank Petrano,
Frank did not want to be there. I don't think.
Give us something to have fun with. I don't know, mess around with somebody. I don't know. Jesus, you got Will Arnett up there.
We keep saying how hockey needs to grow. This is like the best sport in the world, and the athletes are so boring, and not
Yeah.
selling it at all.
hmm
God,
Can
it's
you
very
imagine
frustrating.
people like look at Lou? Okay, you turn it off after 10 minutes, and you watch hockey and you enjoy hockey. Can you imagine this was on ESPN? Like a random sports fan that doesn't pay
It
attention to
wasn't even
hockey,
on
but
ESPN. It was on ESPN two.
ESPN2, apologies. Imagine you
No,
tune
I'm
in
just
to
saying
ESPN.
that's
No,
another
yeah.
problem. It wasn't even on their flagship station. It
Well,
was on the
the
secondary.
skills competition will be, and then the game itself will be on ABC. But yeah, the draft. So can you imagine like someone who's just like a casual or someone that isn't really familiar with the NHL and they tune in because they saw it on tonight? Do you think they watched that whole thing from beginning to end? There's no
Absolutely
way.
not.
There is no way they stayed around for that
Or
whole
do you
thing.
think they're gonna watch? Do you think they're gonna watch the or the skills competition tomorrow? Do you think they're gonna watch the game on Saturday? No, of course not.
Probably
No,
not.
not if that was their introduction to the sport. That's
Right.
so. What can you do, man?
Get
Hopefully
rid
they
of
can
the 3-on-3.
Back to 5-on-5. Damn it.
I say
I'm
just
fine
put
with-
everyone out there.
Yeah,
Put everyone out there and give them like 3 pucks. They're all different colors. They all are different point systems. Get a golden puck. Let's get crazy. EASHL style.
Or
Speaking
in-
of that, we haven't done that yet.
and just make it Eastern versus Western, and the winner of that game gets home ice in the cup final.
What sport does that?
Baseball did do it,
They did? Okay.
Yeah.
like
baseball did
back
it
in
for the
the
time.
2010s. They did it.
Okay. Yeah, because I
That's why
remember someone
That's
doing
why
that.
the Giants had home field in the World Series, because that was
Oh,
when
okay.
we're doing that.
So you're saying it was rigged in their favor.
I'm not gonna say it, but
Ryan
Why-
said,
why
Christ,
doesn't-
Lou, not the Bud Selig
why does
route.
not? They got to do something to spice up the All-Star
Well,
game, though.
They did add money prizes now. I know
Yeah,
like
but-
the MVP gets like $1 million or something.
Yeah,
right?
but that doesn't really motivate them to try harder. At
$1
least,
$1 million,
$1
yeah.
$1 million would.
yeah, but they split it. If everyone got $1 million, like each
I think the
player got $1
MVP
million.
just gets it, doesn't he? I think it's just the MVP
I
that
don't
gets
know.
it.
Yeah, it's the
Yep.
MVP.
But still, that doesn't really motivate them to do much. I just think they need to do something to add more stakes to it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you fix that mess of a weekend.
Every All-Star game
Yeah.
sucks though, and every
Yeah.
sport, every All-Star game sucks, but it's not, it's not for us, it's for kids. And
Yeah, exactly.
we get
Yeah.
what we get. So
'Cause that's
Whatever.
kind of like baseball with their All-Star weekend. I don't follow baseball much, but I tune into the
It's a
home
home
run
run
derby.
derby. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
tune into
even
the home run
that's
derby.
become kind of boring.
It can, yeah, but I still tune into that at least because that's.
I still
that can be
watch
kinda
the
fun.
basketball. That's coming up soon. Like I
I
watch the
have
dunk.
not.
I don't even watch the dunk contest anymore because it's kind of boring. But the 3-point contest is pretty good, I would say.
3-point, yeah. I haven't watched the NBA All-Star stuff
Because
in a
now,
long time.
for the 3-point competition, their NBA players are playing against WNBA players this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Oh,
that'll
I'm
be
sure
kind of
that'll
cool.
go over well online.
Yeah, at least I know Steph Curry is playing against a WNBA player.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. We're running a little long, so I'll cherry pick a couple of these and then we'll bank the others for when we come back.
Yeah.
We'll do one from Jack. He says, favorite duck that wasn't really good.
Jared Ball.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say that was
knew-
gonna be
I-
my answer because that's kind of how our friendship started. So
Yeah, we all are Jared Ball.
honorable
Jared Bowl.
mention to shit, who was I gonna say?
I might say Andre Kasha.
He wasn't bad though. He was good when he did
Yeah.
play. I don't think he fits in that question
You don't think so?
personally. No.
I still like Sam Steele. Like
I
he
always
doesn't-
like, yeah.
he never made any huge mistakes. He just, he gave effort, and
Yeah.
he just didn't
so
have the
happened
ceiling we
to-
all thought he did. But
He just so
I
happened
still
to
enjoyed
play at the
CMC.
same time that Dallas Aikens was coach.
I'm glad Patrick said that because I felt like for the longest time I was the only Sam Steele guy in the entire fan base because I
And
felt
he's
like I
on
was
a
the only
good-
one excited for him on Twitter.
He's on Dallas now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
so
was
he's
the
on a
one
good
that
team.
Rad. He was on the receiving end of that hit that Radko
Oh yeah,
flipped
yeah,
him.
yeah.
A Radko hip.
All right, we will do
Do you
some
want to do the one?
cards.
Do you want to do the one from Desert Shark? Since it's on topic with this one, and it'll kind of be
We could. Let's do some cards. And
Okay.
then we'll do that one, and
then
then
Squeak of the week?
we'll finish with the squeak.
all
And
right.
I kind of want to answer D-Flow's question because it's for me.
Okay, really fast.
Okay.
So, what is Old Lou's early prediction for the Raiders 2024-2025?
Well, they just got Cliff Kingsbury for their offensive coordinator, and I'm looking online right now, and it says Caleb Williams might be a Raider. So if that happens, I could see the Raiders sneaking into the playoffs next year.
So are the Bears trading their pick again?
Yeah, if Caleb Williams doesn't want to play for the Bears.
Is that what is that the rumor that's going around today?
Colin Coward, which
Oh,
isn't,
screw that. Never mind. Screw that guy.
It's-
I'm sorry.
yeah, he's not the most reliable, but I mean, you never know. He might not want to go to Chicago.
Jesus. I haven't heard that name in a while. That totally yeah.
I mean, he does have sources.
Ugh,
You can't
his sources
totally
are
discount it, but if the Raiders trade up for him, I like the Raiders' chances next year to be a playoff team. All right.
So
Next question.
we'll do Chance, and then we'll do the squeak of the week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with another sexual harassment case looming, when is it time for the NHL to finally throw the book at players to send a message to the entire league that zero tolerance policy should be enforced?
When is the time? It should have been
Yesterday.
a long time
It
ago.
should
Yeah,
have been-
yesterday,
Yeah.
years ago.
Should have been years ago.
I mean, if it doesn't at the very least start now, I don't think it ever will.
Yeah. If nothing comes out of it, I don't think it ever will, unfortunately.
So in total, all four of us just collectively agree it's been time for a while.
It's
Past
yeah, it's
due.
been time.
Mm-hmm.
So our
Figure it
squeak of
out.
the week, we will end as always.
Squeak time.
This time Ryan sends us the picture of the dragon heads, but instead of the two scary ones,
It's
it
just
is
the
all
goofy
the
ones.
it's all the derpy ones. And he says there have always been unwavering forces of nature, unaffected by all around it. The brick wall that is a world-changing invention. That is a world-changing invention and will continue to shake generations. I'm reading this completely wrong. I am so sorry, Ryan. This is what happens when you make yourself
want me
sick
to
on
reread it?
edibles.
You
Go
want me to reread
ahead.
it?
Yes, please. My brain's not functioning.
There have always been unwavering forces of nature, unaffected by all around it. The brick wall that is a world-changing invention will continue to shake generations. The Ticonderoga #2. Can the pod snake draft their top 3 writing utensils?
Top 3 writing utensils. Well, let's start with Patrick because he's the writer here.
Yeah.
That means we have to come up with 12 writing utensils.
Right?
Thanks,
Let's get
Ryan.
weird. Let's get weird.
Okay. Well, I don't know. A pen? The pen is mightier than
Damn
the
it.
sword. The pen is
Damn
number
it.
111.
Okay, your turn, Chris.
Oh, me? Okay. Sharpie.
Fuck you.
Oh.
God damn it. The mechanical pencil.
The blue, not the yellow, the blue highlighter.
Blue highlighter. You go again, Lou.
Okay, let's go with the gel pen. You remember the gel pen?
Ooh, yeah, the
Okay.
gel pens.
I'm gonna say Bic pens.
Big pens. He's gonna say all different kinds of pens.
Hey, he
You
didn't
said Nick
specify
Cannon.
if
True.
one
He didn't.
person says pen, just immediately goes out
True.
because there are a lot of pens.
I'm gonna say a crayon.
Oh, good one.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna say a skywriting plane, and then
I don't even know what that is. I gotta look at it.
like skywriting, right? When you like there's a
Oh,
message in the
skywriting
sky.
play. Okay,
Got
I,
you. Got you.
I
Okay.
understand now.
Yep.
And a feather dipped in ink.
Damn it. Damn it. That was my third one. Okay. This is getting heated. Hold on a second.
It's just Ryan always keeping us on our toes.
Right? I'm gonna go with paintbrush.
I'm gonna be very specific and say Crayola colored pencils.
Sick.
Go ahead, Lou.
I'm gonna get dark here.
Oh
Your own
God, no.
your own blood
Yeah.
with your finger.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I can't think of anything else.
Honorable
my
honorable
God.
mentions. Honorable mentions are the your finger in the mirror after a shower.
There you go.
I do that
That's a good
sometimes
one.
when I'm just in deep in thought in the shower.
Or like lipstick or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Lipstick.
Would eye black be considered one?
Yeah.
Could do eye
'Cause
black.
it's like
I
a
guess,
face
yeah.
paint.
Maybe in this could get weird, but in the winter, you can write in the snow with a certain utensil.
Jesus.
A certain pencil, huh?
A certain utensil can write your name in the snow. That's always fun. I actually Googled writing utensils because I wanted to find some different ones. I didn't know there was a grease pencil.
The hell is a
Sean,
grease pencil?
Sean said chalk. None of us said chalk.
Why didn't anyone think of chalk? We had 12 things to come up with, and no one
We
said
had our
chalk.
own
Jesus.
blood and urine,
We said our
but
own
not
blood
chalk.
before. We said our own blood before stupid like sidewalk chalk.
Ugh.
That's the undrafted free agent talk.
Yeah. Fountain pens. Man, there's a whole world here. Inkless pens, which
How
you
does
could
that
use
work?
for
Ugh.
like your I'm not even gonna try to understand that.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a good place to end.
Yeah,
I don't think anything is
utensils.
topping that. We chose two very unique options over chalk, but as is life here on the Late Arrivals
Yep.
podcast.
What can you do?
Always
Man?
the hardest route. Oh.
Holy hell.
Well, I want to keep next week's guest a mystery.
Okay, I was just about to ask. Yeah.
Just because I feel it's gonna be an off the wall episode.
Oh, it's gonna be a fucking shit show. It's gonna be the ultimate shit show, I feel like.
But we do have a guest confirmed
fun
for
shit
next
show.
week.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
very excited.
We've been wanting this person for a very long time. At least I have.
Yeah. Very
But-
fun. I will say that it will be Thursday of next week, February 8th, the
So-
day after my birthday.
Please be here. Celebrate Chris's birthday.
Yeah, do that. I was gonna say, like, so you don't want to announce it tonight. Do you want me to? Do we want to announce it like next week? Do you want to wait until like the day before? Like, how do you want to do it?
I kind of just want to spring it on everybody when the episode drops.
Nice.
Oh, okay, we can
I
do that.
almost feel like maybe next week's a non-Twitch week just to keep a secret.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have to be on Twitch because I don't know if the guests will want to be on Twitch.
I
We'll
do
see.
have to run that by this person. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
But it's-
until then,
It's gonna be a fun
Until then.
episode, though.
Yeah,
feel
and
like-
that's why you have to follow us everywhere so you don't miss out on this.
At
Late
Late
Rivals
Arrivals.
Pod, everywhere across the board. Late Arrivals Pod, follow us. Go on Inside the Rinks YouTube channel. Check us out there. Like our videos. Subscribe to Inside the Rink. Follow Inside the Rink everywhere, as well as us. Wherever you find us, you can find Inside the Rink. Please, if you can, spare maybe like a minute or two. 3 minutes tops? Leave us a review, maybe on Apple. Leave it. It doesn't necessarily have to be a good one. You know, it could just be. You could just write.
It could be constructive
bunch of-
criticism.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like something that we talked about, let us know. We're not gonna, we're not gonna get all
You could tell us
upset
how
and
to
stuff. We're
modify our
not
behavior.
gonna hate you. Not gonna hate you for it. If you got mad at my my snow utensil, let me know.
No utensil. Is that going to be
leave
the
us a
title?
5
No, I don't think that should be the title
no,
this
no,
week.
No.
No.
But
Something different.
leave us a 5-star rating wherever you're listening, and we definitely appreciate it. We will see you next week for a wonderful episode 74 that I don't know if you're prepared. I don't think you will be prepared. It's going to be something.
Does Patrick want to plug?
Plug away, sir.
Oh, I'll plug again. Yeah, so
Do it.
follow myself. My new Twitter handle is Patrick C Present. And follow obviously Derek Lee and our endeavor at Hockey News, thn.com/Anaheim. And go check out our work. Again, Derek's going to be doing a lot of the reporting and analysis, and we're both co-editing, and I'll be doing a lot of analysis work and all that. So
Sweet.
yeah, give us a follow. Check out our stuff.
Yeah. The Hockey News. It's so cool. So cool. All right.
with
See you next
that,
week.
we will see you next week.
Promo code LAP.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.